We all remember that Sega coming up across the screen, and then you've got Sonic wagging his finger at you. What is going on here? Is this a Christmas themed? I don't know, it looks a little bit like evil Santa Claus. Bad Santa, you heard it here. When you think of platform mascots, Nintendo started it all with a little Italian plumber back in 1981's Donkey Kong. But it wasn't until 1985's Super Mario Bros. That really cemented that status as platform mascot. In the 40 years since, other console platforms have come along and given us their own mascots to help build their brand and get players invested enough so that those platforms can grow a loyal fan base. The early years of PlayStation, we had Crash Bandicoot, Xbox had Master Chief, and had they really wanted to, they could have grown Blinx the Time Sweeper into a bona fide mascot for themselves. But there's only one that has managed to have the staying power of Mario, and that is Sega's very own blue blur himself, Sonic the Hedgehog, which leads us to the next book in my collection. This is Sonic the Hedgehog, the official art and design book. It is a bit of a monster, but who can argue it is Sonic the Hedgehog after all, so it needs to be something really special. Strap yourselves in, everybody. We're going to be taking a deep look at this, pouring over all of the pages, I think, because there's so many wonderful pieces of artwork to really explore here, and we're going to have quite a bit of fun. Okay, instantly, as you can see, the cover of the book is a stunning piece of design. We have this sketch drawing of Sonic himself. I love how rough it is and just full of passion and expression, and a really wonderful graphic design element is just putting this semicircle, this yellow semicircle, which of course refers to the gold rings, which is synonymous with the series that Sonic needs to collect. Now, on the other side of this book jacket, sadly, it's just a plain blue. Lovely enough, but yeah, it's maybe a missed opportunity there. However, if we open the book up and just take the book jacket off, you can actually see there is the full golden ring. But look at this. Take the book jacket off carefully. Under the book jacket, we have this pattern of the yellow rings, the golden rings, front and back, which is freaking awesome. And then there's a look at the spine there as well. It's just a really beautifully presented book. Let's just open it up and see how we are introduced. Look at this, just really wacky layout and graphic design going on here. Giant bold colors and the fonts that are used, and obviously the shapes as well. Very in keeping with the Sonic the Hedgehog brand. And then introduction to the reader about what this book is all about. And then check it out. We've got these pull-out. I can't even get them all in camera. They're so cool. Look at that. So part one, as you can see, we are looking at the classic years of Sonic the Hedgehog. And what is interesting about this, it actually talks about the era of the Sega Master System and how Sonic the Hedgehog actually came about. Look at the development of the pixel art. Is that not absolutely stunning? I just love how it shows you the grid, and filling in the different grid blocks gives you pixel art, and it's just wonderful. It's actually a really good tutorial to show you how artists and designers were able to get so much expressionism from these colored blocks. It's just incredible talent. These were really small grids and a very, very limited space that you had to work with. But look what we have here. The blueprint line art here of the Sega Genesis, or like me being in the UK and Europe, it was called the Sega Mega Drive. There's that classic controller there. I absolutely love it. Let's punch in a little bit and get a really good look at this if I can. Let's try and move this over. Can you get a good look at that? Pretty awesome. Look at this artwork that you never ever normally get to see. It's abandoned concepts for potential mascots, potential characters who could be the creation of what Sonic would eventually become. Look at this, we've got this rabbit And to be honest, there's a lot of the design elements which are almost bang on as they are. They kept like the big eyes. They've got the white and the blue color palette, but it's maybe a little bit too like Mickey Mouse with the white gloves and the white sneakers and things like that. But you can see some of the elements are starting to come together. Obviously not quite right just yet. And they're exploring other ideas. Should it be a wolf character? Should it be like this kind of eagle? Really, really interesting internal design development here. Until we get into something that is far closer to the final design. I mean, look at what we've got going on here. Down the bottom, Hedgehog. We've got the blue. We've got the spikes on his back. You can see that they ended up keeping the white gloves, but changed the sneakers from white into the classic red sneakers. But look at these little poses that they've got going on here. And if we go over the page here and zoom in again, you can see we've got, I'll move that down there, head construction. A look at different poses and expressions of the final, or what would be the final design for Sonic the Hedgehog. Here we have further studies, different poses, different expressions. Starting to see a bit of personality coming through for Sonic. It's incredible. What an absolute treat. And there you go. You're starting to see those line illustrations, those line sketches from the previous pages being developed into pixel art, but trying to retain like the personality and that sense of movement through pixel art. Layout concepts for potential levels. This is the kind of stuff that I would expect to see in like a museum or something like that. I would love to see all of this kind of this history really preserved and presented to the public. Concepts for different characters. That's a little bit too Jessica Rabbit over here, I think. Look at that. The box art. So this one here, the Sega Genesis, that was obviously what the American markets got, or wherever regions got the Sega Genesis as their branded console. In the UK, this is what I had here, the Sega Mega Drive, and that was the box art. I'm really curious. Put in the comments, folks, what do you think was the coolest box art? I really like the almost like watermark sketches of Dr. Robotnik and some of the other animals in the background of Sonic. But there's something pretty cool about the Sega Genesis artwork as well, which is showing you the level of Green Hill Zone. And of course there's this other one here for the Japanese market. Very, very different to show you how it's promoted across different regions of the world. Look at this. Look at the concept art and sketches for the launching screen. We all remember that, where you got the Sega coming up across the screen, and then you've got Sonic wagging his finger at you. It's brilliant. And you can see the mock-up here. Very, very awesome. I just love it. And look at this here. Come on, we got to punch in again, folks. And look at this. If I just try and move the book for you to get a better look. Look at the animation concepts there. Just here, that is where Sonic is gonna just lose his balance or fall into spikes. And then further down here, different little concept arts of him falling. Is that his eyes popping out his head there? That's so funny. And then you can see it all there, actually translated into pixel art of what would be animated for the full game. Lots and lots of just sketches, concept art. What a treat. Here's the other characters, other creatures and enemies. We all remember the little mosquito. There's the piranha fish. We have like the little beetles. There's the crab. Look at that. From initial doodle through to a bit more refined line sketch, color treatment, and then final rendition into the game. What an excellent piece to have in your collection, especially if you're interested in character design development, video game character development. You can actually see how it's gone from that initial super quick doodle into something that's a little bit more refined, into an almost final treatment with color and shading, and then in-game converted, translated, recreated into pixel art for the final game. There's lots of little lovable furry characters that Sonic has to try and save. So if we have a quick flick through the whole book now to show you just how many pages there are. I think there's like 400 pages. Covers multiple games. It's not just the first game. You can actually see there. Where was it? Right up until Sonic Mania. All these doodles and sketches at the back. Montage pages of level design treatments. There's Knuckles. What a treasure trove, everybody. What an absolute treasure trove. Oh my gosh. The Sega Dreamcast. Modern Sonic back then. Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. Yeah. It's got it all in here, folks. Everything you could possibly want to know about Sonic. But look at these pages. This folds out. It's actually too big. It's actually too big. You can see these pull-out pages are really something to behold. Haha, Knuckles the Echidna. Sonic and Knuckles video game box art. More concept artwork development for Dr. Robotnik. You could really pour over this and it's just wonderful. You can tell my excitement about all of my concept art books which I have in my collection. And it's because the excitement and the passion is really, really genuine. My background is graphic design. I do appreciate it so much in any form that it comes in. And of course, my second passion is really video games. So to see the fusion of art, design, and video games, it's just something that I absolutely love to pour over and hopefully share with you in these videos. And you can see these acetate pages which are overlaid as a really nice little kind of mixed media presentation for this book. I love it. It's really, really something. So these were studies on individual characters. We had Knuckles just earlier. That was Tails. Here's the character study of Dr. Robotnik, his development work. What is going on here? Is this a Christmas themed? I don't know, it looks a little bit like evil Santa Claus. Bad Santa, you heard it here. The presentation, they have done such a good job with the presentation here. It really is one of the books that are a pride of my collection. It's so, so special. And Sonic the Hedgehog means so much to me because I was very fortunate enough to have a Sega Mega Drive as a child growing up. And I started with an NES, so I first fell in love with Super Mario, but then I was fortunate enough to get a Sega Mega Drive one year, and it came with Altered Beast and Sonic the Hedgehog. And then I was a Sega kid for many years before I jumped to and fro between Nintendo and Sega for the longest time. But Sega and Sonic the Hedgehog does hold a very special place in my heart. So there you go, folks. That is a look at Sonic the Hedgehog, the official art and design book. It is really, really quite special, as you can tell. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It's filling the frame. I'm completely blocked out. It is truly wonderful, and it really does give you an insane appreciation for some of the abandoned concepts, the development work, translating those concepts into pixel art. Computers weren't nearly as advanced as what they are today, and the art and design tools to be able to do the stuff in a computer was very limited back then. So it's just all the more impressive to be able to create that original pixel art and still keep it so expressive and so much filled with personality. Anyway, thank you for watching. I rambled one heck of a lot, and I'm sure I came across like an excited idiot, but I don't care. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. It's something that is incredibly special to me, and I hope you enjoyed that ramble and that look at this wonderful book. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.